Hey there! If you are interested in losing fat as quickly as possible in the comfort of your own home using simple workouts that can easily be done first thing in the morning or after your children go to bed, without doing endless hours of cardio or using fancy equipment or buying expensive supplements, then this will be the most important video that you ever watch in your entire life. Now here's why. My name is Craig Ballantyne. I'm a world-renowned strength and conditioning specialist, and I'm also the author of too many articles to count in magazines such as Men's Health, Men's Fitness, Oxygen, Maximum Fitness, and Muscle and Fitness Hers. Now I've developed a revolutionary new fat loss system called Turbulence Training. And this was designed specifically to help busy men and women such as students, executives, and parents with young children to get the most results in the least amount of time. Now Turbulence Training is scientifically proven. There's research behind it, and it's endorsed by elite trainers and top fitness magazines. It's even been used by thousands of men and women for burning fat, as well as increasing muscle and improving health and energy levels at the same time. So what are the other fitness experts actually saying about turbulence training? Well, Alan Cosgrove, who's a men's health training advisor, he said, "It's the single most effective fat loss training system in the world today. I've used it, I've studied it, it works faster and more effectively than any other method." Those are powerful words. And Adam Campbell, who used to be the fitness editor at Men's Fitness and now works back in Men's Health, he said turbulence training is a proven way to melt fat fast while protecting your hard-earned muscle. I'm so confident in its effectiveness that I've recommended it to millions of readers by featuring it in the February 2004 and October 2004 issues of Men's Fitness. And the fantastic feedback I've received from guys all over the world as a result ensures you'll be seeing a lot more of CB's programs in the magazines. And that was a long time ago, and since then, my articles have been in Men's Fitness, Men's Health, Oxygen magazine on almost a monthly basis. But what about women and men just like you? Well, here's Todd Thompson. He's 300 pounds, or was 300 pounds, and he was highly skeptical of quick fixes. He said, "I learned of turbulence training and decided it was a program which made sense. It's about hard work, sensible eating, and getting stronger. I found the efficiency of the program to be appealing, and in less than an hour, 3 to 4 times per week, the workouts are manageable on a busy schedule. It produced not only weight loss of close to 60 pounds, but my strength increased rather dramatically." Now, turbulence training also helps women lose fat and maintain a sleek, sexy, feminine physique. Christine Johnson from Little Rock, Arkansas said, "After 3 weeks of that program, I could already see results, and I liked how the workouts were fun, intense, and efficient. At 34, I'm leaner and stronger than I've ever been." So give me just a few minutes of your time, and I'm going to share with you the amazing discovery of the turbulence training fat loss system and how it works here. Now, turbulence training is really a combined result of over 6 years of university study, including a master's degree in exercise physiology. That's what I got when I finished up my kinesiology degree and did another 2 years of study. And it's been 16 years of hands-on in-the-trenches gym experience, and I've done well over 5,318 personal training sessions. Plus, I spent a lot of time in the library, and I've carefully studied over 723 medical research papers, and that grows every week because I continue to take a look at the latest fat loss studies. But it all started way back in 1999 when I was a struggling grad student at McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And we had just finished up one of my graduate research studies. We did this training study on androstenedione, which was a hormone that Mark McGuire was taking in his race to hit the home run record. And I was spending up to 16 hours per day in the lab analyzing the research data from that study. So we had these blood measurements that, we gave subjects these pills, they did this workout, we took some blood, and now I was analyzing it. And as a former athlete, I knew that I had to find a way to stay lean and muscular and avoid the fat gain that comes from working these long hours in a lab and at a desk as a researcher, because I just wasn't used to being stuck not exercising, but I was in that lab for 16 hours per day. And so the idea that gave birth to turbulence training came to me when I noticed how the power sport athletes at the university had such sleek, strong, and lean physiques, both men and women, but none of them did long, slow distance cardio for hours on end. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how lean and muscular sprinters are compared to long-distance runners? Sure, some of those long-distance runners are really skinny, but they're really skinny, and they just don't look that good. And so from that, I came up with some training protocols based on power sports training, adapted for regular people, and I started testing them. And the initial real-world results were almost too good to be true. But as an academic type of person, I knew that I had to have concrete scientific proof to back up my theories as well. Now, as I mentioned, I spent countless hours in the library researching exercise physiology studies. I've been around the world to research conferences and university labs from Waco, Texas to Nottingham, England. And I've been monitoring my own workouts and the workouts of the men and women that I regularly trained in the gym as well. So I had all this experience and all this knowledge and all this background. And from this, I uncovered research studies that showed that interval training was superior to slow cardio for fat loss. And that heavier resistance training, working at 8 repetitions per set rather than 15 repetitions per set, was far more effective at burning calories than that traditional high reps to get cut approach that you may have read about in some magazines or you may have heard about from some guy at the gym. So out of this huge stack of research papers that I had analyzed, I accidentally stumbled onto 2 studies, the 2 most important studies that proved my theories beyond a shadow of a doubt and completely transformed my thinking about fat loss training. And this created the foundation for turbulence training, my program, and that's now changed the course of fat loss training forever. In fact, in one of these landmark studies, researchers at Laval University up here in Canada, in a province called Quebec, they compared slow, steady aerobic training with interval training in a fat loss study, and this was way back in 1994. And the researchers were shocked to find that the interval training group lost more fat than the cardio group, even though almost every fat loss program in the world today still recommends long cardio workouts as the exclusive fat-burning method. Now, the second landmark study that helped create the turbulence training method, I kind of mentioned it before, but these researchers found that when women trained with 8 repetitions per set, so they were training heavier and doing fewer repetitions per set than what most people do, they found that they helped burn more calories after that type of exercise compared to using 12 repetitions per exercise. So the results of this study not only destroyed the high reps, low weight myth that's been around for so long, it also proved that the turbulence training principles are as effective in women as they are in men. So here are the scientific facts about fat loss today. First one, fat loss programs you read about in muscle magazines from the 80s and 90s are based on out-of-date exercise science and nutrition information. And you still see this stuff in magazines today, even though this information was already out of date in the 90s. Now here's another science fact. Exercise science has advanced by leaps and bounds in the last 2 decades. I mean, they're doing amazing stuff, and so much research on interval training and so much research on resistance training for fat loss and muscle growth at the same time. Now, the latest fat loss research, which turbulence training is based on, allows you to lose more fat while keeping your hard-earned muscle and doing so with less time working out than ever before. Here's another science fact. Fat loss programs that require you to do endless hours of long, slow, boring cardio workouts rarely work. They rarely help you achieve your fat loss goals and may lead to overuse injuries. In fact, there's one study from the Journal of Obesity where men and women did 6 hours of cardio for a year. That's 300 total hours of cardio in a year, and they lost an average of 5 pounds. A terrible waste of time. Next science fact. You need to use more advanced modern training methods such as turbulence training, interval training, and resistance training to help you burn more calories in and out of the gym. And when I say the gym, it doesn't have to be a commercial gym. It could be an 8x8 square foot section of your house. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be an expensive gym. So with turbulence training cardio or interval training, you're going to skyrocket your post-workout metabolism that allows you to burn almost twice as many calories as you would with traditional cardio workouts. Next science fact. Traditional fat-burning programs, those ones that use slow cardio, they typically don't even mention strength training in their instructions. Now, especially if you're a woman, you've been reading some of these fitness magazines, all they talk about is cardio. Because most of these magazines, most trainers, and unfortunately most clients don't understand how resistance training actually helps fat loss. Now, even if your fat loss program does recommend strength training, it's likely that you've been told to use the ineffective and outdated method of high reps and low weight, which does not burn a lot of calories and burn a lot of fat. That's not going to be the best way to train. So if you want to maximize your metabolism and get defined arms and abs and legs, get that beach body, finally be able to go to the beach without wearing a shirt, and you want to have more energy, then you must include strength training in your fat loss workout. Now, the high-intensity strength training that you get with turbulence training helps protect your lean muscle mass when you're on a fat loss program. And you're almost certain to lose that muscle mass if you're just on a traditional diet and cardio program, because there's no stimulus to the muscles to say, hey, we need this muscle tissue, hang around, keep burning calories for us. But that's what turbulence training does for you. So these are the facts. This is research-proven stuff. The research does not lie. Now, the way you're currently training is probably not only getting you less than satisfactory results, but it may actually be causing overuse injuries, or, if you're just doing diet and cardio, catabolic muscle loss. Meanwhile, the turbulence training philosophy has gotten even better over time since I first studied it in 1999. And now it's the most effective and time-efficient fat loss system in the world. I've refined and tweaked and retested this program on myself and on my clients in person and on the thousands of people that have used it via the internet. And until it became a complete training and nutrition methodology, it actually started producing breathtaking results, and my clients could hardly even believe it. So many people just didn't think it was possible to achieve rapid fat loss with just 3 workouts per week, all under 45 minutes. That's right, just 3 workouts, 45 minutes long or less, but the proof was looking right back at them in the mirror. So just imagine a fat loss program that's going to get you in and out of the gym in less than an hour, allowing you to get back to your personal life or your busy day at work or back home to your family. Now, back in the day, I was doing this because I had to rush back into the lab where I was spending almost 16 hours per day. I had a 45-minute break to get to the gym, do the workout, and get back. And it allows you to do exactly that. Now, even more remarkable was the fact that this approach was so far ahead of its time and was the exact opposite of what mainstream magazines were touting and still tout as the best way to lose fat. But every day as I worked with these people online and in person, I saw more men and women getting frustrated with these ineffective, non-scientific mainstream fat loss programs. And I knew that my way was better. I absolutely knew it because I had the scientific research. I had proof from my own clients. So I took it out to the public to shatter these old school fat loss myths that have hung around since the days of the aerobics craze. And so I put these workouts into a special package that includes a 128-page manual, turbulence training manual that's crammed with workouts. Gives you beginner through advanced workouts. So there's a beginner, an intermediate, and then 16 weeks worth of advanced fat blasting training programs. And now if I put that together for a client, even a 4-week program is going to cost them a couple $100 to have a personally designed program. Next up, I also go through the entire system in an exclusive 1-hour audio program. So I'm going to explain everything about the program, the workouts, and the fat loss philosophy. You're also going to get a bonus 4-week body weight program that's going to eliminate any excuses for missing a workout so that you can do this anytime, anywhere, if you're traveling, if you're away from home, if you can't get to the gym. You're also going to get an advanced bonus fat loss workout that combines weight and body weight exercises in what I call the Turbulence Training Fusion Fat Loss Program. And this is perfect if you do go to a commercial gym and you don't want to take up a lot of equipment, you can do a weight exercise and a body weight exercise.